Hi there, welcome to 2550 Regency. I'm going to give you a buyer's tour of this home. This home is 4 bedrooms, 2 baths plus 2 half baths, and is 3949 square foot. This is a buyer's tour. This home is listed by Carrie Hafferty with Keller Williams in Bartlesville. So let me show you around. Ready? Okay, we are at 2550 Regency Road in Bartlesville. This home has 3949 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 2 half baths. It has a newer roof, 2023. It has newer paint in 2023, updated electrical, a new electrical panel, new water heater in 2025, new toilets in 2026, and 2 HVAC units in 2015. It also has a French drain and a new water service line in 2020. So I will take you inside. Let's just peek around the outside first. Looks like it's in pretty good shape on the exterior. And you have the side yard here. And again, from what I can see on the ground, the paint all looks like it's in pretty good shape from what I can see here. In the disclosures, one of these windows was cracked on these front bay windows, and they didn't fully replace it. But yeah, the paint looks great. I'm not seeing any major cracks anywhere. There is some mesh screen on the gutters too to keep the leaves out. And I honestly can't tell which window was replaced with plexiglass, at least from the eye. Oh, here we go. That looks like that must be where they just put plexiglass on there because it cracked and they didn't want to replace all 8 bay windows. And then this is the side yard. You can see we're on a corner. So the yard kind of comes out here. And then there's a patio slash, it seems like drainage pathway around here. You can see, and I'll take you around there and we can check out the backyard after we check out the inside. But for now, I'll take you around this side yard so you can see this and how it kind of wraps with a little gate. It's almost like this is built for water flow slash patio. You can see there's kind of a little bit of an angle on that concrete, and then you can see the dirt is up higher, so it's like a little retention wall to keep the water probably away from the house. Some skylights, and the paint looks good from back here too. Take you inside to check out the interior. This one has 2 HVAC systems and I believe 2 hot water heaters. I have to find the other one. I haven't found it yet. Front door. see the entryway. It's pretty spacious. Some space right here to kind of come in. If you can get a feel for that. I have to take my shoes off at the door on this one, per the seller's request. And there is a nice closet there. The doors are really pretty. And then through this way is the dining room. And the bay window. Feels a little more spacious if you peel back these larger curtains. They're kind of blocking a little bit of that. Some nice storage cabinets. These cabinets are solid wood. They're in great shape. And then the kitchen, just one of the most important parts. The tile is definitely not original. It's the same tile as the foyer. It's kind of like a, I don't know, maybe 2000s time frame. There is a really cool pop-up mixer here that's original. It pops out of the counter. And then all the cabinets are in really pretty good shape. Might be a couple scratches, but there's no soffit. The microwave isn't, I guess it used to be built in. You can see there's kind of something happening here, but they must have just popped this slide-in microwave in here instead. And then the single oven, which is probably from the 90s or early 2000s would be my guess. Original stove top and hood vent. But yeah, all the cabinets are in, I mean, good shape. And then the fridge is obviously from probably the 90s. And they pull out pretty good. And they're in pretty good shape too. New hinge on that one maybe. Dishwasher also looks like it's, oh boy, I don't know if that's original or from the 90s. Original sink. Put water pressure on that one. Looks like they might have had some leaks at some point, but it feels dry. But that particle board might be. Looks like there's some sort of makeshift electrical here, and they covered it with, or they added a fixture. You can see in there there's like a light fixture, and they covered it up with plastic and then like a bag and duct tape to keep it from getting wet. And there's some sort of makeshift situation there holding up that pipe, so might be something that needs to be reviewed and repaired for sure under there. And then there's an old trash compactor from the 80s that I can't get open. Probably needs to be taken out. But there's some decent countertop space. I don't know if you could fit an island, but you might be able to fit one of those tiny islands if you look, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like probably about 8 foot across. So you might be able to get one of those rolling butcher blocks. But other than that, that's particle board in there. But I mean, the outsides are in good shape. Insides could probably use some shelf paper. Okay, I think that's it for the kitchen. But it does have some space. We'll go around the other way from the entry. You can see the original air vent is in there and those original lights. But okay, we'll go back to the foyer so you can get a feel for coming in the house. There's a little built-in cabinet here, alcove. And then right here, it looks like this is the formal living. And it has original light fixtures. There's pretty much original light fixtures throughout. But this room's pretty spacious. You could definitely fit a good sized couch in here. Then you have the view of the side yard on this side. Bay windows in the front. Looks like they might have repaired and patched that at some point. Or maybe somebody just dinged it with something and they had to fix it. And there's a little accordion door here. Yeah. Okay, popcorn throughout. There's an intercom system. They indicated that they don't know if it works. I'm thinking it probably doesn't work, but it runs throughout the house. There's the upstairs. We'll come back to that. There's a half bath here. If the fan comes on. Popcorn. Again, it looks like maybe a patch job there, and I don't know if it's just because the popcorn was falling down. They didn't indicate anything in the disclosures about any roof leaks, but that could have been why they got that roof replaced. You know, the cabinets are definitely worn on the insides. These outsides have held up a little bit better. Newer toilet, original fixtures, some wallpaper in here. And then this has French doors and appears to be an additional living space slash sunroom. Office, maybe? I'll have to double check. I don't think they're counting this as a bedroom. And there's an exterior door to get out to the back. Vaulted ceilings, really pretty beams. Original fixtures. The windows go all the way around. The wood on the windows looks like it's in okay shape. Some original blinds in here. Original windows. There's one of those intercoms. And then there's a nice built-in shelf over here. Same cabinets, same interiors, but nice French doors. Okay. And then this is the family room. Has a sliding glass door to go out. Not sure how to work these blinds, so we are going to not. But there's a full sliding door here. It's got some definite calcium buildup on it, probably from the moisture. But there's the side yard. And then the family room. So there is a kind of tall, this is not standard countertop height. cabinet here. Interesting. Looks like there was some plumbing done in here not too long ago because that shutoff valve looks new. And then this is just kind of hollow and made of stones, solid stone. So, little bar with cabinets. Lots of storage space. And then nice floor to ceiling wainscoting in here. And the fireplace, they indicated they weren't sure if it works or not. And then look at all the storage under the stairs. So this family room, I'm thinking the only place you could put a TV would, if you wanted a TV in here that is, would be maybe on that wall over. You'd have to hang it like over the intercom, perhaps. Nice big sturdy mantle, very solid stone. It's one little tiny crack there. But this looks like it has a gas starter. Possible option. But it's definitely out of commission, so I don't know if they've been using it for whoever lived here before, if they were using it for wood burning. Definitely doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. Okay, on to what I guess is the breakfast nook. A very spacious breakfast nook. There is a little desk built in. Again, same cabinets. Intercom system, which you can buy replacements for these. Oh look, see, this one works. And the radio works. I had one of these in my last house, and you can buy some replacement parts for them or replacement components if you want to fix it. So this is like a bar here in the breakfast nook area. Another bay window. And then this goes into the laundry room, and then there's that kitchen that we were in before. The other view of the kitchen, and the view out now that you've seen the family room. You can see into the family room. And I'll take you into the laundry room, which is very large. And there's a half bath in here as well. Same cabinets, same condition. A little bit worn on the inside, but the outsides are in great shape. This is a little half bath. They are missing, per the disclosures, the top of this toilet, so they just kind of put something over it. That toilet obviously needs to be replaced. A lot of storage in here. And then these are like a leathered linoleum top. Again, the doors are all really pretty. Original knobs throughout, original light fixtures throughout. And storage. But lots of space in this laundry room. Same leather, vinyl. Nice pretty window. And then the garage is in here. Garage is really nice and bright, which I was a fan of. You have access to the side yard, space for a little freezer here. You can see there's a little bit of space. There's some cracking, but my guess would be that that's fairly normal. Obviously, we could have the inspector decide that. There's a 1 water heater and an HVAC unit right here. I'll have to have them pull up the dates. I know that they had replaced some of these components, and you can see they're draining the hot water tank drain pan right out here, so if it were ever to overflow, it would just kind of come out to the garage and need to be handled. So the water heater, let's see if I can find a date on it. Looks like it has a sensor to tell you if it's overflowing. Here it has the correct pressure valve with the overflow pipe down. I don't know. There's a new code that these require a reservoir. I don't necessarily see that, but that would be something that could be called out. A sediment trap. I don't see a sediment trap on here, but I could be wrong. So that would be something the inspector might have an issue with. But it's an Armstrong system, which is good. The vent's pretty rusted, but overall it doesn't look too terrible. And there's some nice doors on here as well to hide that. And this door is a little banged up. Here's a garage door. Holy smokes, look at that storage in there. It's a great little storage corner. And they said so that's, I don't see anything alarming there. And there's your storage. Pretty nice storage spot. Okay. So let's go check out the upstairs, and then we will go to the backyard. Since the carpet, these sellers don't want shoes, so I have to go wrangle my shoes up and go upstairs. And okay, so this is the entrance, front door, hallway, staircase. And you can see the original chandelier up there, popcorn ceilings. The walls have kind of a, I don't know what you would call this texture. It's like a brushed splash texture. You can see it. It's not really knocked down. It's kind of almost a stucco-y look, but gentler. I don't know. There's just, overall though, they look pretty good shape. The popcorn needs to be painted for sure or replaced, but there's nice wainscoting all the way down. It's in good shape. Really pretty. And then there's a hall bath right here that's very large. Tile's been updated at some point. The countertops are kind of an off-white. Honed marble, I think is what they call this. Seashell sinks. Original fixtures. And then the tub is like a mauve. And the tile is kind of a beigey mauve. I don't know, it's hard to say exactly. Toilet looks newer. Like that shut-off valve looks a little newer. And there's a hot water heater tank in here. Also newer. I think that's the sediment trap. And then there looks like there's an alarm too if it overflows. There is no drain for this drain pan. I'm assuming that is why the alarm is in there. So just something to be aware of. Both gas, water heaters, and then the rest of this is just storage. There's the vent for the hot water heater. There's an AC vent in there. Oh no, that might be the vent for the hot water heater. We'd have to find out which one that is. And then storage over the toilet. And then the same cabinets as the kitchen. Let's see how these look over here. Look pretty decent. They roll really nicely for the most part. Smooth. And this cabinet is like, I think this one's standard bathroom height, and then this one's like lower, much lower. And there's a nice window there. Okay, so that's the hall bath. And then this bedroom here. Original fixtures, pretty good size. Bedroom. Not huge, but good size. Big closet. Lots of storage. Attic access. Really pretty doors all throughout here. And then there's a hallway that goes down this way. And there's 1, 2, 3 bedrooms here. So all the bedrooms upstairs. This bedroom's might be a little bit bigger than the other one, or very close to the same. Again, nice big closet. And then there's an attic access here, which is kind of neat. So there's the other HVAC system. Some old carpet in here. And that is also, I think, an Armstrong. Yeah, also an Armstrong. Some old cabinet doors in here. And this is a laundry chute. Wow, that's cool. Leads to somewhere we must find. The windows are really high in these bedrooms, which works if you want to put beds underneath the windows. I believe this is the primary bedroom. You can see the coffered ceiling, chandelier, 3 windows. In the bathroom, double sinks. Again, it's like the honed marble, but it's almost like a pinky beige. Wallpaper, storage behind the door, same cabinets. There's a little bit of a vanity there, storage here, in the bathtub, and mauve tile. This bathtub looks, it's in pretty decent shape. It has these really unique original fixtures, and then a little shower tucked in here. Quite a bit of space over here for like a bench or something. And then this is a pretty big shower. It would feel much larger if this was all glass, but this wall goes all the way back to the shower. There's a bench in here. Some sort of composite stone-ish situation. And there's lots of kind of, looks like they caulked in where maybe the grout was failing, and they just rubbed some silicone on here. So this definitely needs updating. Yeah, it's all throughout pretty much. All this is just like a silicone is just kind of smudged in there. But it's cool. The space is really big. Original fixtures. There's a lot of space. And the tile in here, or linoleum, I guess, is kind of a pinky beige too. It looks like it's been repaired. So, yeah. Definitely it's linoleum. And then here's one big closet here. And then there's another closet I'll show you on the other side of the bedroom. So like his and hers closets. And then this last bedroom is the end, and then we'll go to the backyard. This bedroom's about the same size as the other two, but it's nice. It's kind of back here tucked away. This would be a great kind of study or like living room. Even it's big closet. It's got double closets on both sides. So it's pretty spacious. Okay. And that is that bedroom. And then I'm going to take you out to the backyard. Okay, here we are in the laundry room. Going out the back door. These screen doors are, I don't know what's going on here. There's like paper clips holding in the storm door or something. Or holding up, maybe they're holding this storm door up. Not sure what's going on there. But, and then there's something going on where they're maybe trying to keep the moisture out or the bugs out. So this door might need some attention. The stone is in good shape. The fascia looks like it's in good shape. There's two AC units here, the condensers. This one's really large. And then that one. And the stone looks pretty good. I don't see any crazy cracking. There's a couple little small gaps in the mortar. Might be a little bit of tiny cracks here. See that? That doesn't look major. Looks like they did some sort of patching here. Maybe it cracked at some point and kind of this sidewalk settled, so they wanted to keep the water maybe out of there. Possibly. This is the back side garage door, and then the fence to go out in the front. Nice little trash can cubby here, which is cute. And then the backyard. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know if they dug up a plant or something, but there's a railroad tie right here. I think this is like a railroad tie retaining wall. Yep. To keep your yard out of the neighbor's yard. So, some pretty flowers back here. And then this is a pretty spacious yard here. You can see even up to that side yard there. And it looks like there might be some utility stuff. So there could be a utility easement, which if the utility company needed to come, they would just probably holler at you, knock on the door, send you a letter. Yeah, so this railroad tie retention wall runs all along there. And then, yeah, this definitely, from what I can tell, looks big enough for a pool. So you have to be about 10 feet from the property line. Surely you don't have to be 10 foot from the easement, but we can check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 foot about. And there's still, you know, if you look from where my foot is, quite a bit of space. This guess we could measure it up if this is one you're interested in. There's just a cube of concrete. Not sure, maybe it was an old dog run or something. Looks like there's some old fence posts stuck in it. And then there's access. Yeah, see there's some old posts in there. There's access over there, a double gate for a trailer or a boat or something. If you wanted to park that back here. And then there's this huge section. It looks like maybe they were trying to get it ready for a vegetable garden or something. But it's a pretty big space. You can see from this gate, it goes out to the street. I'll take you around and show you on the other side. And then that big area. And there's one pretty sad looking tree that looks like it probably needs to be cut down. Looks like it might be an Oklahoma redbud. And it's struggling, so you don't have to feel guilty about cutting it down to put your pool there. Okay, so then side yard. And there we're back where we looked earlier on the side. And that's it. This gate closes. Kind of rolls closed, maybe. Ish. Keep the pets in. But if you wanted more privacy, might need to get a privacy fence. This stonework looks like it's in pretty good shape. There's a couple little spots here that need to be maybe nip-tucked. But I don't see any major cracks. No crack there. Not that I'm seeing. Okay. That's all she wrote for this one. And then we'll go on to the next. Coming back in from the back, we're in the laundry room. This spot almost sounds a little hollow. You hear that? But I don't see anything. It's not, the tile's not cracked up. So, just FYI.